Today's buried treasure was actually suggested by Power Metal Gamer on my Dark Void buried treasure, which was a little bit controversial. This one's called Singularity, and it was developed by Raven Software back in, well, it was released in 2010, and I think that it had a long gestation, and lots of stuff happened to this game as it eventually made its way to market. Activision published this, and what has, of course, happened with Raven Software is that they've become one of the support teams on the Call of Duty franchise. So this was kind of one of their last, if not their last, big game that they were kind of shepherding and managing themselves, which is unfortunate because Raven had lots of great titles under their belt. They worked on the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, they worked on the Wolverine game, the good one, that was super ultra-violent, but Singularity was something very special. It was a shooter that kind of blended some stuff that would definitely be useful as Raven transitioned to work on Call of Duty, but it also worked some mechanics that we saw in a game like BioShock, where there was a lot of story, a lot of narrative, lots of little bits of lore that you had to find all over the place, and a great sci-fi streak all the way through this thing. It dealt with a U.S. Army Ranger named Nathaniel Renko, who lands on this island and then finds this technology that allows him to zip back and forth in time. And so one of the cool conceits of this game is that some of it takes place in the 50s and some of it's in present day, and there's all of this cool kind of weird technology and this weird energy that is being pursued by all kinds of people in this game, some quite awful and villainous and some not so much. There's lots of mutated enemies that you've got to go off and kill, and of course you become proficient at using this technology and using it as kind of an offensive and defensive weapon. You're making objects in the game world age rapidly or come back to life rapidly, and it was a really cool design, great effects. It's dated. It was out in 2010, so it's going to look a little dated now, but it still was very impressive, a great concept, and it's definitely one of those underrated gems. Now, there was multiplayer also, along with this pretty robust single-player component. I doubt that the multiplayer is still kind of available for people out there because of servers being shut off or not, but still, Singularity is something special and definitely a buried treasure.